Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Game Aim Plus, where my aiming is gaming. I am your host, the boy G, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Alright, in this video, we are gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection for Nintendo Switch. Whoo! Alright, we all know that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection is coming out for the Switch. Now, if you guys do not know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters is, I'm gonna put you on game. Literally. Alright? Dungeon Dice Monsters, right? It actually premiered in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like right before the Battle City tournament started. Alright? At the ending of the whole, Duelist Kingdom thing and all of that crap. Alright? Duke Devlin, the creator of Dungeon Dice Monsters. It's basically Yu-Gi-Oh! But another form of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not the card game, playing cards. I play this card, you go, I play a card, you take your turn, I end my turn. It's not. It's Dungeon Dice Monsters, right? He challenges Yugi to a duel after beating Joey. Joey has to become like his little puppet slave guy. So of course Yugi's gonna duel. Well, I don't even know. I guess duel in Dungeon Dice Monsters against Duke Devlin to free Joey after his pathetic loss to Duke Devlin. He tried Dungeon Dice Monsters. Joey didn't do very well, lost, and here we go. Here comes Yugi to the rescue. So Yugi comes, takes on Duke Devlin in Dungeon Dice Monsters, ends up beating Duke Devlin, because he's the king of games, and this is what Yugi does. He has a Millennium Puzzle, he breaks rules. So Dungeon Dice Monsters. They have the field, or the board, whatever you want to do, and it's in multiple blocks, and it's dealing with dice. Okay, you roll these 3 dice, and you get these crests. They're called crests, and you can add these different crests into your crest pool, and there's different signs for the different crests. Okay, there's like an attack crest, a guard crest. There's a move crest. So there's all these different things you can get, all right, and you can keep adding these little crests that you get from these 3 dice that you roll, and you add them to your crest pool, and your crest pool is where you keep all the different crests that you got from the dice, right? And there's also summoning crests, so you get those also from these dice. So you use the summoning crest from your crest pool or wherever. You use those to summon monsters, and you can summon them right onto the field. They come onto the field, and then you can actually move as many spaces as you want, depending on as many move crests as you have with that monster. And you got to make a pattern with the dice that you put of the monster that you summon into the field, and you create a pattern of the dice unfolding. Like, it's weird. It's crazy. I know it. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! This is something else. Yes, that's literally what it is. All right. There was a lot of people that did not like Dungeon Dice Monsters. I like Dungeon Dice Monsters. Mind you, there was only 2 episodes of this, alright? The first episode when they're dueling, and then of course the continuous episode, the next one. And these 2 episodes put a big impact on my life. I love Dungeon Dice Monsters. I wish they would have done more with this. I wish they would have made a separate Yu-Gi-Oh! Of just Dungeon Dice Monsters starring Duke Devlin. I think that would have been dope. But of course, they never did that, okay? And apparently they made Dungeon Dice Monsters in real life. The dice, the cards, the things, the packs, and everything. And I didn't even know that. Nobody told me anything about this. So, Dungeon Dice Monsters, like I said, once you put your monster, you summon them with the summoning crest onto the field. You can move with the summoning, the crest move. And you got to get to your opponent, to the other side of the field, to your opponent. All right, your opponent has 3 hearts, okay? Those are the 3 hearts that is keeping him alive. You have to attack him 3 times. Doesn't matter what monster it is. Doesn't matter how strong your monster is. It could be the weakest monster in the entire game. As long as you strike your opponent, you take a heart away. Once you take the 3 hearts away, ding, 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 you win. Bada bing, bada boom. So like I said, you create a path, and of course there's traps and other things that you can put on the field, and all these monsters have a certain type of special effect that they wouldn't even have in the cards. And Yugi's playing against Duke Devlin the entire time. He's on the computer learning the whole game. Like, he's learning everything, all the special abilities that all the different type of monsters can do, all the different things that everything that you can do in the game. That's what Yugi's doing the entire, and that's how he ends up beating Duke Devlin. So Dungeon Dice Monsters is really cool. So they actually, and like I said, they had the Dungeon Dice Monsters on the Game Boy Advance. Now, mind you, this game has not been confirmed to be in the collection yet, but I am pretty sure it's going to be in the collection because it is part of the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally, the name of the game of the collection, Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection. It is part of the early days of it. Literally, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th game that actually came to freaking North America. After like 8 games have been released all in freaking Japan. You know, they get all the games before everybody. But yeah, so there's no way this game is not going to be in the collection. It's going to be. Okay, mark my words. So great game. Dungeon Dice Monsters is so unique. It's a great experience. And just watching the 2 episodes, it meant a lot to me, and it's so memorable. Like I can never forget it. And I hope they add it, because I never even got a chance to play Dungeon Dice Monsters on the Game Boy Advance, and I'm kind of mad. I didn't even know they even had a Dungeon Dice Monsters video game when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, or a younger adult. I didn't know this. All right, I just found this out like maybe like a year or 2 ago, and I'm like, what? So yeah, they're gonna add this game to the collection, and I'm gonna play it finally for the first time, and I'm going to highly enjoy myself, and I cannot wait to play that game, because like I said, I never got a chance to play it. And you know, there are people that do like the Dungeon Dice game, all right, and there's those people that do like those 2 episodes in Yu-Gi-Oh and enjoy themselves. I did. All right, I did. All right, me and my friends are always talking about, man, oh, I wish they made a Dungeon Dice game. Wish they made a dungeon this, a dungeon that. Made a dungeon with a dice in the dungeon and put the dice in it with the dungeon when you do it. All that, okay? Not knowing that they already had it. That they already tried to explore with this. They tried to, you know, make it an experience. They made it real life. They made it a video game. They did it all. But I didn't even know. That's crazy how it just completely went out of my radar. That's wild to me, all right? But like I said, when this game gets put into the early days collection of Yu-Gi-Oh on the Switch, I will get a chance to finally play this game, and I'm going to be super ecstatic. I'm being ecstatic and excited. I put the 2 words together. That's how I kind of messed it up a little bit. But yeah, there are people that love Dungeon Dice Monsters. I wish it would have did more or gotten even further. Like I said, I wish it would have got its own show, everything, you know. But I guess it didn't happen. It just did not happen. I guess people didn't gravitate to it how Yu-Gi-Oh would have loved people to gravitate to it. They just didn't. Maybe it was too complicated. The whole thing with the rolling the dice, the number of the crests, having to keep track of everything, the monsters moving on different patterns on the board. When you put your dice and you unfold it to create a path to get to your opponent, you know, people get lazy. People don't want to do it, and oh, this is a fake Dungeons and Dragons game. I don't want to play this. You know, whatever. Maybe it was a Dungeons and Dragons Yu-Gi-Oh / Magic the Gathering game of the gods, but the mixture of life. You know, maybe that is what it was. And that's cool. I'm perfectly fine with that. I was ready to play it. You know, but it is what it is. I remember when I was younger, too. It's crazy, because when I was younger, I actually created my own actual real-life Dungeon Dice Monsters game. All right, of course, I had my own way of rules and how I moved, you know, because I couldn't put a dice and unfold it on the field. I didn't have all that. You know, but I actually got one of those boards you use at school for science or whatever project. Got a board, made blocks all over it with a Sharpie and a ruler. I bought these toys with these little card things that came with them from Toys R Us. I made the game, boom, boom, got some dice. I did it all. Like, I actually made my own. That's how much I loved the whole Dungeon Dice thing. I created my own in real life as a kid. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Could have made some money probably. You feel me? You feel me, dog? But yeah, these are one of the this is one of the games that I know is going to be in the early days collection from the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'm hyped, and I can't wait for them to just unveil it, reveal it, and just update us on what other games are going to be on this thing, like this one. So yeah, I don't know, guys. That's all I pretty much got. You guys let me know, did you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you want it in the collection? Would you not? For real? For real? Let me know. Put in the comments. Talk to your boy. And let's chitty chat. But yeah, there you go, guys. Game Aim Plus. Please subscribe. Click that little bell button. That way every time I upload a new video, it'll pop up on your phone like, you feel me, dog? You feel me? But yeah, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you in the next one. Booyah! Woo!